Alright guys, so before this video starts, I want you guys to comment down below which car you guys think that is the perfect getaway car. You guys saw the title of the video. In my opinion, if I was to do a heist and I needed to get a getaway car, I would get an American car that has a big ass 6-liter V8 in it, you get what I'm saying? Then I get a turbocharged, I put a single turbo in it or a supercharger. If not that, I'll get a BMW. But Audi, they say it's the best getaway car. I've seen a lot of police chases with Audis in them, so let's hear what this guy has to say, you get what I'm saying? But comment down below which car you guys think is the best getaway car.
Today we want to have a closer look at why Audis are such popular getaway.
I think another main reason why Audis criminals prefer to use Audis as a getaway car is the fact that they have 4-wheel drive, which if you compare that to a BMW, which is a rear-wheel drive, you're going to be slipping everywhere and you're going to be losing traction in the first and second gear, which is not what you want to do. So I think that's the main reason.
Let's pick a few cases from Germany. The dramatic robbery in Berlin's luxury shopping center KaDeWe in 2014.
Rental car.
5 guys and equipment arrived in a rented Audi A4 B8 Avant.
It's not even an RS4.
In 2017, criminals in Berlin used an Audi A6 Avant to transport the 100-kilogram golden coin Big Marble Leaf after they stole it from Bode Museum. In 2019, criminals bought a blue S6 C6 Avant with 5.2-liter V10 engine and 435 horsepower, wrapped it in white, broke into Dresden's castle, robbed Saxony's crown jewels, sped away and burned the car shortly after in an underground parking garage.
Damn.
In 2021, a money transport was robbed in Berlin. Getaway car was, again, an S6 C6 Avant with V10 engine.
Okay, so it's getting common. I feel like S6s are more used than RS6s.
And then there are the ATM gangs. Gangs mostly from the Netherlands which come quickly into Germany with usually 4 people and equipment, blow up ATMs and get away quickly across the border. Very often their getaway cars are fast black Audis. Rarely they use S3, S4 or S8, but by far the most popular getaway car for them is the RS6.
Of course,
Generations
it has to be the
C6,
RS6.
C7 and C8.
It has to be the RS6, dog. I think the RS6 has the same engine as the Urus. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one.
So let's go into the details of why these cars are so popular.
4-wheel drive.
First of all, engine power. The older S6 C6 started at 435 horsepower, while the latest...
So if they came with 435 horsepower and it's got a V10, imagine how fast you could be going after you tune this car and you've done some modifications to it.
Has over 600. These are very fast cars.
Super fast.
The important thing here is their quality and hence reliability. These cars...
these cars are not known for being reliable.
Can output this power over a long time, can drive high speeds for longer without overheating, because of the extreme development requirements the VW Group had at this time.
I think also this car is used as a winter car, commonly in Europe.
When it was normal to develop the cooling of a car so that it can drive top speed at 45-degree ambient temperature until the fuel tank is empty, Piëch wanted an additional requirement for the Phaeton to be able to drive on a racetrack at 50-degree ambient temperature. And this requirement was later copied across other car projects. Check out my Phaeton video to learn all about the impressive project.
The Phaeton has a V12
also,
in it.
On a VW Group car there should be no D rating, so a reduction in power, especially for high-performance vehicles. So cooling and especially intercooling was a high priority. So much so that Audi, among other brands, got condensation problems, because intercooling was too good, about which you can learn everything in my other video. And there was the special bus test, another very demanding requirement which simulates being in a traffic.
One reason why I wouldn't stay in Europe is because of these laws that, like car laws that are very strict. I feel like, actually first world country, their laws are very strict when it comes to cars and everything. If you want to have freedom, bro, just come to South Africa or any other third world country. As long as you have money, you will have fun.
Breathing in hot exhaust gas at 50 degrees, and the car should still not overheat. That's one of the reasons why Audi cars have such large and powerful fans.
I didn't know that.
In addition to that, there was the requirement to develop every component for at least 300,000 kilometers. Another Piëch idea, because other brands had much lower requirements. So
300,000 kilometers mileage is a lot because the car that I'm driving was bought in 2004 and it's now pushing around 375. So that's crazy.
Needs a number and running hours his component should be able to last, and at Audi this number was higher than the competition, so components have to be more stable and reliable. Also, the cars were sold with a limited top speed of 250 km per hour, but were developed for 300.
Wow,
Another
that's
taken
a
over
lot.
Phaeton requirement. And because of all this over-engineering, especially Audis reached a very high quality level and performance reliability. Next topic is the suspension. These Audis have the complex 4 and 5 link front suspension, about which you can learn everything in my other video. It's basically a double wishbone suspension with 2 upper and 2 lower arms. At the rear, these cars have multi-link suspensions with spring
I won't lie, at this point I don't even know what this guy's talking about.
and damper acting directly at the wheel carrier. Suspension components are lightweight aluminium for minimal unsprung mass and precise wheel guidance. So with these suspensions, Audis are very accurate and easy to drive fast. They are stable at high speeds and only understeer when they get over the limit, which is easy to control for everyone.
So what they're saying is that a beginner guy can get into an Audi RS6, RS5, a heist, using this car as a getaway. Okay, now I feel you.
Your group has extreme requirements when it comes to suspension reliability. They have different curb tests, which means that a car hits a curb at high speeds and the suspension shouldn't fail.
Guys, any car that hits a curb at a high speed, you're fucked.
It's applied to all VW group cars, and it was the reason why the flimsy Lamborghini Diablo and Murcielago suspension disappeared, and the Aventador had a much more stable design. Also, because of that, Audi track rod ends have a designed-in weak spot, so if you hit something hard and it overstresses the suspension, the steering wheel isn't straight anymore to show the driver that something's wrong, but the suspension doesn't fail. For other brands, it could snap in the same situation or damage more expensive components, which means...
Yo, I wanted to hold it in. Give me a second, I need to go take a shit, guys. Just like that, we are back.
The RS6 has adaptive air suspension at front and rear. That doesn't just mean that the car is even easier to control because active suspension helps the driver, it also has a lift mode for possible off-road. And if you ever transport something heavy or have the trunk full of fuel, the rear end is never hanging.
Yo, I don't advise traveling with fuel in your car, you get what I'm saying? Anything can happen. If you got a smoker in the car and then they light that shit up, we are all dead. But what do I know, bro?
Because the air suspension keeps the car
these are criminals. Never mind, guys.
level. And another very good reason to choose an Audi as a getaway car is of course the Quattro all-wheel drive. It gives you a lot more traction, fast acceleration without wheel spin, it avoids drifts, which might be hard to control for an untrained driver, while when you drift you are much faster than with rear-wheel drive. And if you ever drive off-road, you won't get stuck so easily.
That's the main reason why I use an Audi. But the thing is, BMWs now have X-Drive, which is like 4-wheel drive, just like the Audi. And what is this? Mercedes-Benz, they have 4MATIC. But I don't think they're as effective as the Audi. Audi's all-wheel drive system. So that's the main reason why I would take an Audi as a getaway car. But I won't. The main reason why, like I said, I prefer, American V8. But the only downside about American V8s is that they're only good on straight lines. So if you're gonna be in an American V8, you wanna be on the highway or on the open road, you can't be going in residential areas and expect to get away from cops. Because cops nowadays in South Africa, the country that I'm based in, they drive front wheel drive cars, which they handle way better than any rear wheel drive car you would find out there. But that's just my opinion, you get what I'm saying? That's just my preference.
Also, the body quality...
I'm not a criminal, by the way. I was saying if I was to do crime, I would do it
with properly closing doors is an advantage. An RS5, for example, has only 2 doors, which are very long and heavier. So you need more space with them and you might not be able to close it as quickly as a shorter RS6 door. Also, the RS6 has a window frame for the doors, while
is that what criminals think about?
The RS5 has frameless windows. That means when you touch the handle, you need to wait shortly until the window rolls down to be able to open the door. And these top Audis often have soft close, which helps you to close the door. Another advantage is actually the special Audi package with longitudinal engines in front of the front axle. You can learn all about this package, its advantages and disadvantages, and its history, which goes back to the 1930s, in my other video. So, this front biased package again supports understeer, which is easier to control than oversteer. And because components are further forward, you have more space in the interior. Another advantage is the understatement look of the Audis. These are very fast cars and they simply blend into traffic. They have a normal shape and most people wouldn't realize that these are high performance cars.
Okay.
And because they are VW Group cars, they share many parts with other vehicles. So spare parts are no problem and most workshops can work on them. And on the used car market, these Audis are widely available for relatively low prices considering the amount of money criminals rob with these vehicles. But also these Audis sometimes fail while getting away. So what are the main reasons for them to fail? One reason is very simple, they run out of fuel and are left behind. Sometimes,
Damn,
because
that's
of
why
the
they keep
constant high
fuel.
speed and running with too old tires, they suffer from tire failures.
Okay.
And sometimes these are caused by police spikes. Another frequent reason is simply a crash. Police cars which ram criminals intentionally or they try to push through a road blockage.
Pit maneuver.
Anyway, if they successfully get away with their Audis, they often burn it to destroy all evidence. So, in summary, Audis are by far the most popular getaway cars. They are fast, reliable, easy to drive, and have lots of space. Especially S and RS models seem to be the favorites. And the dream of every criminal is an Audi RS6. So, I hope you found that interesting and learn more about special car tech in my other videos. See you at the next one.
Yo, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments once again which car you would use as a getaway car. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.